Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Finch's Flight. In the last episode, Finch unlocked his very first reward from the task board, which just so happened to be a brand new active skill. This Pinecone Toss ability allows him to collect all the pine cones of the forest by the highlands and use them as projectiles in battle. It actually packs quite a punch too, so I think Leo is going to be very cautious next time he sends his cats to our door. It might actually be one of the most powerful attacks that we have yet. There's still some more active skills we can get from the task board, but right now I think we're going to change our focus to the furs. Starling could definitely use something new for the season, so that's what we're going to try to get him next. And aside from that, it might also be time for us to focus on Griffin too. We've been so distant lately, always going off to the sacred temple to decorate for the wedding. But he probably doesn't realize what's on Finch's mind right now. He's trying to keep that a secret. So let's bring him his nice big froggy breakfast, something fresh for him to eat, and then we're going to go out to the swamplands to see if we can find some of the last snake lilies. We have to make sure we have at least 6 of these in the den. That way he'll have some snake lilies to work with when he's in the garden. And some new blackberries too. Ooh, I bet Finch is hoping he'll plant some of these. The blackberries are some of his favorite snacks. That's why he has so many stashed away right next to his leader's stump. But let's go ahead and read the task board too before we go out for the day, just to see if there's something easy that we can fix for our colony's cats. Could you bring me 3 seashells? I'm always running out. Well, that has to be Mango. If it's seashells, I can't imagine that anybody else in the colony would want them. So she'll give us a marigold and 3 task tokens if we complete that, and I believe that we actually do have a couple of seashells left over inside our den. We were planning on bringing these to Alyssa, but I guess we can make an exception for Mango. I mean, she's offered up plenty of her own conch shells for Alyssa too, so I suppose it's only fair. And while it might be a little bit cheaty, I think we're gonna go ahead and grab this other seashell right behind her 10, and that should make 3. So that should be enough for us to finish off this task. 7 task tokens already? I think we're right around the corner from unlocking one of those special coats. Of course, the very next one we're going to buy is the rainbow color. That's going to go straight on Starling. It's been such a long time since he's changed his coat color, but he's not going to want to change ever again once we get this. You guys have mentioned too that the ghost color, another 12 token color, will also change the appearance of our cat in a different way. This apparently makes the user transparent, so I guess it would kind of be like the guardian skin. That one gives us a little bit of a transparent glow too, if I remember correctly. So Mango, I hope you enjoyed all of those shells. Bah, another dead leaf just blew right into my face. I hate it when that happens. Oh, poor Mango. I wonder if that means that she's not too fond of the fall season. She definitely seems a little bit more like a summertime cat to me, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is dampening her spirits a bit. You've shown me great kindness, Finch. Don't you worry about it, Galen. You must be extra happy because we're actually not dipping into your catnip stash today. Now let's head on up to Claudia so we can say hello to him too, and then we'll hit up Griffin right before we leave for the swamps. Oh my gosh, and look at this prey pile. We have so much food inside our stores now. All part of your master plan, huh, Claudius? The air is cold today. Snow is right around the corner. Yeah, that's probably why. He wanted to make sure that we would have enough to last us through the winter, and if that means sending Finch on a wild goose chase, then so be it, as long as he's dangling that tantalizing reward of task tokens in front of his nose. Slate loves to remind us about the snake lilies too, but don't worry, Slate, we're gonna be on it. We're gonna make sure that Griffin has plenty to grow even when the season changes over. And now, Starling, we're gonna stumble on over to your shop because we are getting so hungry. We are not going to eat until we get to Griffin's store though. We are going to share a nice romantic meal together. Did I just hear your stomach rumble? Yeah, maybe, Starling. I've got just the thing. Check out all this food I'm selling at discount prices just for you. Oh, so you're giving us a discount now, Starling. Not teasing us anymore, are you? Well, don't worry, brother. We're going to be eating in just a moment. Gotta give Griffin his share first. I'm sure he'll be really happy to see this. It's been such a long time since we've actually shared a meal together. And then go ahead and munch on your blackberries, Finch. That should be enough to tie you over until you're well into the battles. It looks like we have more battles from Alyssa today. Oh, that is so strange. We're gonna have to make sure that we talk to her too when we're at that festival. The day is always going to be about you, of course, Griffin, but a leader has to watch their back. I didn't think so at first, but you're actually a really cool cat. I feel like I'm getting cooler just by dating you. Really, Griffin? Well, cool is not exactly the word that I would use to describe Finch. He definitely seems a little bit more clumsy to me. And I almost forgot, I decided to start a little pile of bugs way over here in the corner, right next to Griffin's den. Since we discovered that we can actually receive tasks that we can't technically complete, I figured it would probably be a good idea for us to keep a stash of bugs somewhere in the camp. That way we won't have to break into our firefly stash again, because now we have to replace all of those beautiful lights that we had right around the pond here. So we'll just make sure that we swipe down any little dragonflies that we find, and after we have more room to spare, we can drop them off with Griffin. I kind of feel like that's probably his doing. Maybe it's a little pile that Griffin himself is putting together. He probably saw Finch struggling to complete that task, and he wanted to take a little bit of the strain off of their leader's paws, even if that means collecting bugs. Not that I think Griffin would have any trouble with bug collecting. He's into some stuff that most cats would consider to be very, very gross. Frogs, snake lilies, strange magic glowing potions. Griffin is definitely not your typical cat, but that's why Finch loves him so. So I think our first battle should be directly below us. Let's go ahead and munch on some more of our blackberries again. That way we'll be nice and full. And then maybe we should take one of the valerians too. That way we'll be able to move faster and really get a good hit with our Pinecone Toss. Let's use our deep cut skill first, and then we'll line it up and chuck it from the back. Oh, that attack is excellent, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to save all of our guards. Thankfully, most of these cats seem to be moving quite slow. I wonder if they were here guarding the catnip. You guys probably noticed there was some catnip over on the corner, so we're gonna have to make sure that we scoop that up too. Now our deep cut skill, or our Pinecone Toss rather, isn't quite ready yet. Thankfully it does seem to recharge quite quickly, so we just have to wait for the timer to tick down. Now let's line up another good throw. There we go. Owner? Is that his name? We got a pretty good hit on him, so let's try to take him out. Yes, and he was hiding quite a few of those mews too. Ooh, that reminds me. Once we get back to the den, I think we can actually make the nursery. So even though Griffin isn't part of our family yet, I think it would be a good idea for us to extend the den, give him a little bit more room to work with. Given his hobbies, you figure Griffin probably has quite a few things to bring to the den anyways, so we have to make sure he has plenty of storage. Now one more cat, there we go. The battle has been won. And now we can scoot on up to the catnip that we saw too, but we're going to use our valerian so we can get there faster. And we are not wasting a single mew. Every single one of these is going straight into our pocket too. So the catnip would be an excellent gift for us to bring to the Mystic Colony again, if we do make it down that far. But first, I guess we should probably stick our noses into this battle. As much as I hate to waste the extra time, it's probably for the best. We'll use the marigold that Mango gave us today. We don't have to waste our lavender on this tile, but I think we're probably going to take over the mines again. It seems like that's part of the reason why they're steering so close to this place. They want those precious gemstones all to themselves. I'm not sure if we managed to hit anybody there, but we have enough guards this time that we should be okay. Just one more cat to go. There we go, Tiffany. You were kind of running away on us, Bubba, weren't you? It seemed like he was trying to hide behind the trees. I've made up my mind to try to sneak away from the porters and see how far I can get before another cat finds me. It's dangerous, but exciting. Well, Bubba, I think you may have bitten off a little bit more than you can chew, huh? It sounds like he wasn't actually part of the battle. He wasn't a patrolling cat anyways, but he got swept up in the war nonetheless. Well, you two be careful. Keep your eyes peeled because we're close enough to Mystic territory that they could just waltz in from here. Let's spread our lavender around so they'll be less likely to nose around here. And then I guess we're going to want to eat another one of these rabbits, just so we have a nice full belly. The valerian has already worn off too. We're kind of burning through these things, but we have so many of the valerian plants inside Galen's Grove, I don't think we're going to have to worry anytime soon. Yeah, the biggest concern right now is just getting down to the swamplands so we can see if we can find more snake lilies. Finch has made quite a few rounds around the swamps, always keeping his eyes peeled for the special plants, but it looks like everything has grown back. Yes, there's our first snake lily. So put together with the 2 that we currently have in our den, that would make 3, which means we're halfway to at least 1 snake lily plant. What's the plant over here? Oh, that's just some golden seal. We don't need any of that. But we are going to take the blackberries because Finch just can't resist. The sweet taste of berries gets him every time. We're at the edge of the swamplands now, so we're going to have to start traveling downward. Let's see if there's anything on this tile. There's just 1 plant way off in the corner. Unfortunately, Finch doesn't quite know exactly where all the snake lilies are, but I would imagine that Griffin probably does. If only he could lend us a little bit of wisdom. Then we could just scoop them up for him every time they grow. He probably appreciates this simply because he's so reluctant to go to the swamps himself. Whoever's been looking for him seems to live around here too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's afraid that he'd be recognized. But let's go ahead and munch on another one of these valerian plants since it is getting so late. And I wonder if maybe we should use a couple of these lavenders? Or even maybe some of the healing herbs. That might be a better idea. We'll munch on another blackberry, and now we have plenty of room in our pockets for more of the snake lilies. Yes, there is another. So number 4 is right here. Let's just take a peek over on the right side. Are you a snake lily? No, just another valerian. Well, those are useful too. We'll definitely take it. I guess we can stay up past Finch's bedtime. As much as I hate to make him lose sleep. It's just the festival day tomorrow, so we're not wasting much. And with only 2 more snake lilies that we need, I just can't bear to not pick them up this season. Oh no, we're already out of room? Alright, let's go ahead and use some of these lavender plants since we're going to pick them up again anyways. And then I guess we're going to have to leave the valerian behind. Yep, it's the day of the autumn festival. Oh, Finch, you're gonna have to get back home soon. There's no way that you're standing up Griffin tomorrow. You are going to that festival whether you like it or not, whether you get a lick of sleep, because this is very important to Griffin too. Oh, it looks like the enemy cats may have found us. Alright, the Mystic Colony is not too happy that we're still poking around their borders. But we only need a couple more of those snake lilies. There we go, there's 1 more up here. That should be number 5. And there it is, the snake lily stash. Oh my goodness, we are going to have to remember this. 2 snake lilies to harvest right in the wetlands south? Maybe that's what that's called? It's basically right at the end of this river that we're trying to claim. So you know, this might be a good spot for us to spread a little bit of our lavender too. That way there won't be quite so much mystic control around these parts, and then we can scoop up all of the rewards. So Finch, I think it might be time for you to return home, warp straight back to your den and plop all of those precious snake lilies in the corner. I wonder if we should let him sleep a little bit? We don't want him to sleep for so long that he'll end up missing the festival, of course, but I think he'll still wake up in time if we have him sleep right now. And before we let you get a little bit of shut-eye, we have 1 more task to complete. So let's go ahead and summon Mulby. I believe the nursery only costs 300 mews, so we should have just enough to complete it. There we go. It takes 3 days to make the nursery, so I would imagine that Griffin is already going to be here by the time the moles are done. But he'll be very happy to know that Finch is thinking about expanding this place, so he'll have plenty of room to move in. Now it's time to get a tiny, itty bit of shut-eye, Finch. Just enough to tie you over for the festival, and hopefully make you alert enough too to win the pumpkin carving competition. He only slept until 11 a.m., so he should have plenty of time to go down to the sacred temple. Should we check the task board? Would any of our cats actually leave a task for us today? The borders need reinforcing. Win any one battle for the glory of the colony. Oh, how strange. Was that left here by Claudius? Or was it perhaps left here by Coco? Coco is the only one standing by the borders right now, or by the board rather. That is very mysterious. It's very fitting too, because we did just use the past couple of festivals to battle the mountain colony. We pushed into their territory when they were least expecting it, because that's what Leo did to us back in the day. We were just giving him a little taste of his own medicine. So I'm not really sure if you're going to have enough time. I mean, we are kind of going down that way anyways, so we'll use our Valerian to get down even faster, and we'll see if we can take out some cats with our pine cones. So let's go, Finch. Prove your might by finishing this battle in a record time. We'll use our deep cut skill, we'll call in more allies, and we'll send our pine cones flying from afar. This should be done in no time, right? Ooh, maybe not. Oh no, we got a little bit too overconfident. Surely their cats can't have that much energy left on them though. We were pummeling them. There's only 2 more Lion and Lightning, not just Lightning left. There we go. Our task is done, and it's only about 2 p.m. So Finch, I think you finished it just in time. We'll use our last Valerian to scoot on down to the Sacred Temple and go straight over to Griffin's side. He must be waiting very, very patiently. I'd imagine he's probably a little bit worried too. He's probably wondering if Finch is going to get caught up in all of his duties again. But here we are. We made it just in time. Oh, and all the other cats are already here too. So where are you, Griffin? Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. All of the decorations that we put out are still here. Okay, Coco. At least you can see what we're planning. You are something of an expert at decorations, so what do you think? He probably appreciates that he's not going to have to do all the work himself during the wedding. Now, this is kind of nostalgic, isn't it, Griffin? The Fall Festival was the very first festival that we went to together, and this was where we learned that he loves glow potions. So I think that's going to be high on Finch's list today. They're pretty cheap too, so no matter what we win, we should be able to buy a few before the end of the day. It looks like Luna might be interested in talking to Griffin. Luna is one of the new marriageable cats, so it makes me curious to see what sort of new things we could learn about them in their stories. As I said before, I don't think that's something that Finch is going to explore, but I am toying around with the idea of starting up a series for Piper. I think she would actually make an excellent cat for the Mystic Colony, so let me know what you guys think. Piper's story is going to be much more peaceful than Finch, and in fact I think that's going to be part of her challenge. She'll have to get around the world without setting foot in a single battle at all. I wonder what Scout would think of that. He's probably very protective of his shyest kitten. On my way over to the temple, I was tracking a really big mouse. It got away, but I'll grab it on my way back for sure. Maybe grabbing it for Piper? I wonder if she would appreciate that. She doesn't seem like the type who enjoys hunting too much. And Alyssa, we wanted to talk to you too. Is she also gazing at Griffin? Oh, I wonder if she's noticed our relationship with him. Surely she's not planning anything nefarious. Make sure you don't leave without a prize. There's plenty to win. Oh, maybe she's just gazing down at him with such determination because she knows that he's going to join in on the pumpkin carving too. That I could definitely understand. She just wants to make sure she'll have her fair share of the prizes. Now, Crampy, you are always a joy to talk to as well. Having fun is good for your health. Take it from me, I'm a doctor. Is he the only mystic cat up here with the mountain colony? Keeping an eye on the troublemakers, I see. Or perhaps stirring up a little bit of trouble with Delta? Is he a bit more mischievous than we took him for? The Autumn Festival is my favorite every year. There's something special about how the temple looks in fall. I think we're going to leave most of the cats to their own conversations, including you, Leo. We're going to steer clear from you especially. But I do want to chat it up with the forest colony, just to make sure that our relationships are still high. This is something that I'm working on too before the wedding, because I want to make sure that all of our family and our closest friends will still be there. I believe we just have to get up to about 4 or 5 stars with them, so some of these cats still need a bit of work. But we are right around the corner now, and every time we talk to them, it's helping increase their relationship too. Oh, and Mango, have we ever talked to her before at the Fall Festival? She's all out here alone, gazing at this angry pumpkin. Oh, but she looks so happy. Say, do you like ghost stories? It was an old tradition to tell them around this time back where I used to live. Oh, I can see Mango being the best storyteller. She'll probably have plenty of fairy tales and stuff to tell to all of our future kittens. But Coco, I think we might be ready to start up the festival. Let's join in on the games and see how many of those tokens we can win from the pumpkin carving competition. There we go, a perfect round of pumpkin carving. So Galen actually played 2 rounds with us. Yeah, I wonder what he was hoping to get his hands on. Let's see what's at the shop today so we can make our own assumptions, I guess. Maybe there's something new here that I don't even know about. The snake lilies, blue jays, and the glow potions that we're looking for. But other than that, maybe it was just a new color? Maybe he was hoping to buy the silhouette color for Starling, or he just wanted to get his paws on a little pet dragonfly. I wonder if he's been aching for company lately. I guess it's something we'll have to ask him about in the future. But for now, let's go ahead and spend one of our tokens on these glow potions. I guess one will do. I think Finch is hoping that he can maybe use this on the shiny trinket, just to add his own special touch. And then since we have 8 of these tokens left over, maybe we should go ahead and buy one of these power paws? These are always useful in the battles, so let's go ahead and pick that up from the Fall Festival. I think that's the very first time that we've purchased one of the power paws from Coco's shops. So now we have 170 health points. Yeah, Finch is definitely a force to be reckoned with now. So you better watch your back, Leo. If you send any more of your guards to our door, we are not going to hold back. But that was a nice change of pace. A little festival date with Griffin before the big day arrives. So now that everything is said and done, let's have Finch return to his den. And we'll have to make sure that we turn in the task that we completed too. Since we did actually finish off that battle, we want to make sure that we get our reward. I think that was worth 3 tokens too. Oh, only 2, okay. But we do get a harvest mouse out of it as well. So let's claim our reward, and then we'll plop our little mouse right over in the corner next to all of our other prey. Maybe one of the tasks in the wintertime will be to collect a certain type of prey too. That would be extra fitting since it's so hard to find food in the winter. But now we have our special glow potion. We'll go ahead and tuck that straight into the corner of our den as well. Maybe right back here next to the shiny trinket. And with all of our plans in motion now, I think it's safe to say that the big day is just around the corner. So hopefully next time we join Finch, he'll be feeling confident enough to finally drop that shiny trinket at Griffin's paws. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!